Good afternoon, YouTube. Dave here, coming up with you with another daily routine of workout at the ranch. All in after these messages. Hello, YouTube. Dave here. Well, as we are coming into the end of October, it's been amazing to me that just today's the 25th. 3 days ago would mark 1 month after I have returned from the Philippines. A beautiful vacation. I went over to Coron in the province of Palawan. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Palawan or Palawan. I'm not very familiar with the Bisaya language, although I just understand a few things. But there's certain pronunciations on the word. But people don't understand what I'm saying. I've always been fascinated with their language, their history. I've seen videos on YouTube of the history of MacArthur and how he was able to save the Philippines from the Japanese invasion. A lot of people that I know of that are Filipino are not even familiar with that history. I've come up to a lot of people in the Philippines. Do you know your history of the Philippines? Do you know about what MacArthur did for your country? I don't think they teach that in their schools. I'm not sure, because nobody could even remember who the hell is MacArthur. Well, based on what I've read, he was a Philippine hero. He helped the Philippines a lot. He helped the people over in the Philippines. He loved the Philippines and its people. Well, I've been going to the Philippines since 2007. And we're 2018 right now. 2007. I married a Filipina, which got me more interested in the land of the Philippines and their history. And although I would even ask my wife, do you know who MacArthur is? I've heard of him, and it's like, that's it? You just heard of him? Don't they teach you that in your history books? Don't you know about what the wonderful things he did for your people? They don't seem to understand who MacArthur was. Of course, she's an ex-wife now. She had other ideas. She had some dark secrets that I didn't know about. And it was best that we went our separate ways. But I never stopped going to the Philippines. I wanted to continue going. The women are beautiful. There's certain types of women. There's women from Luzon area, which is Manila and all those areas in the province. There's Cebuanos. Those are nice looking also. There's people from Mindanao and from other provinces. There's Negros also. Negros, and the women are nice looking there. They're very, very well educated. A lot of attorneys came from Negros. A lot of politicians were from Negros. So, in my trip from 2007, I was able to get to know Southern Leyte, which is where my ex-wife was from. A lot of those nice places. I'm not sure what the name of that bridge. You all can comment it below. The big bridge that was just made just near Sogat Bay, or the city of Sogat. It was a big bridge that was made in between two mountains so that the people can cross through Sogat going to Tacloban. I don't remember what the name of that. That was it's a beautiful bridge. I saw it when it was being constructed, and I saw it already finished. Beautiful places in those areas. I went to a natural spring called Banawa. Somebody can comment below, whoever is watching this video and might be from the Southern Leyte area or might have been in that area. It's a natural spring water that comes out of a mountain. Good, clean drinking water. It's not contaminated or anything. It's crystal clear. I believe it's the water that's been maintaining the actual water supply, and of course I'm sure the officials test it all the time. But there's pipelines coming out of that hole that comes out of the mountain of fresh, clean water. It's being distributed to a lot of areas, a lot of barangays in that area of Southern Leyte, and I think that's including Maasin and all those areas, Macrojon, and these are all coastal towns or small barangays. Maasin is a city, if they can be considered a city. Anyways, I've been to that area. I've been to there's so many areas that I still don't remember very well that I was taken over there to visit. It's a beautiful country. I mean, it's just I can't describe the beauty of it. You need to be there to appreciate it. But then I started exploring outside Leyte or Southern Leyte. I had to buy a motorbike. I had to buy a motorbike in order to travel because although they have the jeepneys and they have the little tricycle things, I wanted more freedom. I wanted to be able to know when I can take off and when I can leave and when I can stay, and I had my own motorbike for that. I gave monthly payments, even though I was in the United States. I gave monthly payments, $100, $150. I try to give as much as I can so I can pay it off quicker. It was about $1,000 some for a brand new motorbike. Oh, ooh, excuse me. I was able to get in the bike and go to a town called Batu. It's a port. That's where a lot of the ferry ships would arrive from Cebu and from other parts of the Philippines. Well, I would get into one that would take us to Bohol, to another port in the Bohol area. Bohol is a little island, touristical island. You got chocolate hills, which look like little chocolate kisses, but they're naturally made. That's why it's a world wonder. It's one of the wonders of the world, where these mountains that look like kisses, like chocolate kisses, is why they call them Chocolate Hills. From there, we were able to drive from Carmela all the way down to Pagilaran City, which is a fairly nice city. Not that large, not that small. You had your modern malls out there. I believe it was a Robinson. I'm not sure if there was an SM there, but they had some real nice malls. You had some nice modern food. For those of you that are in the Philippines and getting kind of sick of eating rice all the time, well, they had a Pizza Hut there. They had a Kentucky Fried Chicken. They had a lot of American restaurants in that mall that you gotta love it, man. That's why they have the logo that says "Fun in the Philippines," because when you start mixing your American food and you see Pizza Hut and you see other restaurants over there, you want to go in there and eat something. And the food is almost identical to like, for example, I would go eat at the Pizza Hut. My gosh, I didn't see anything different about it. The Pizza Hut here in the United States to the Pizza Hut in the Philippines or in the Bohol area, I couldn't taste anything different about it. Of course, they would still serve rice. When the exception that I would ask for French fries, they didn't have French fries, they had rice. The rice is still a national food in the Philippines. But it's a real nice mall there. You got everything from everything there. Pretty modernized. They have a lot of stores that's made for scuba, because scuba is considered a favorite pastime in Bohol, because once you jumped over the bridge, you're gonna come up to an island called Panglao Island. Panglao Island. Now I might be pronouncing it wrong. It might be Panglao or Panglo. It all depends on. I mean, all that area is Cebuano language. They understood what I understood. Anyway, so once you cross the bridge over, you had all types of hotels. It's considered pretty much a tourist area, even though there's some private citizens who do live in that island. The land is very expensive, but it's a nice. Excuse me. It's a nice place to live. I yawn a lot because I work nights, and I just woke up, showered, picked up dinner, and on my way to work. I'm 19 minutes late, but that's fine. The buses are very lenient. They're nice people. Anyway, from Panglao, you had a lot of resort areas. Expensive resorts and not so expensive resorts. There's an area that I do remember that was near it's a very popular beach area, white sand beaches. Anyway, right next to that resort, there's like a little cave that goes towards the bottom of the ocean. You start going down the stairs, and you can actually see designs on the walls. Like if, according to the guide, they would tell us that back in World War II, Filipino families would hide in those caves because the Japanese invasion, pretty much the Japanese people would catch these people and send them to, what they would call concentration camps, kill the families off, keep the male subjects, and keep them as slaves. So they knew they were being exterminated, so they would hide in these caves, and they were able to get away because these Japanese didn't go into these caves. Well, that cave shows hieroglyphics on the walls that more or less explain how many days they were in there, and what they did is is the information that I was given from our guide. I haven't done too much research on it other than the fact that they were very deep caves, and towards the very, very bottom of the cave, you had a mixture of salt water and fresh water. So there must be a cistern of fresh water coming from the bottom of the ground. And it's mixed with the ocean water. So it wasn't that salty, but it wasn't that sweet either. It was good for swimming. Clear water all the way down. It wasn't that deep, maybe about 11 feet deep. But you can see all the way to the bottom, and you can see fishes also. Other than that, there's a lot of places to see. They had a big they still have a big white sandbar that goes across about 1.5 miles. Beautiful place. You can walk the sandbar. It's not owned by anybody. It's owned by the government, so you can still walk in there. It's not owned by some resort or anything that you know. A lot of people that bought resorts bought a portion of the beach area, which is considered private property now. Well, that sandbar is still property of the government. You can still go out there and visit it, walk the beach, watch that sandbar. You have a drone. You can take your drone over there, take some nice video pictures, aerial pictures. You won't have any problems with your drone. I never had any problems with my drone, and I've taken my drone a couple of times. But that's about it as far as I could remember about Bohol. I'm going to take a small break, and I'll be right back. So continuing on, we would board the ferry towards Cebu, and the city of Cebu is considered the queen of the Philippines. To my opinion, Cebu is a very, very clean town. The crime rate is very, very low. Expats are always welcome there. They've always been welcome with friendly faces. Everybody's pretty much friendly with you. They're not the type of people who take advantage of foreigners, as far as I would have seen. I have no complaints about Cebu at all. I've stayed at a variety of places, from the Horizon Condominiums 101, a beautiful place. It's built last year, I believe. Built 2 years ago. Brand new place, real nice place. You get a view of the oversea of the old city and the ocean. I spent time at the Waterfront Hotel that's in Cebu, which is located next to the U.S. Embassy, United States Embassy. I've spent time in the waterfront itself, which is a waterfront airport and casino. I would spend a lot of time there, mainly because the airport is just across the street. I spent time at the Sri Lanka Hotel. That's in Mactan Island, which is in Lapu-Lapu. That place is very expensive, but very well worth it. The staff is very nice. They're very hospitable. It's 24-hour attention to the customer. I mean, it's one of the number one places that I would know of. Other than that, areas like where I had started out a few years ago, I would come to the Philippines by myself and just pretty much stay with myself. I would buy tickets at the mall for Cebu Pacific, and I'd head on over to Puerto Princesa, which is in Palawan. From there, I would take a shuttle that's about 5 hours or so to El Nido. And it's a beautiful place. I went there the first time. Went there by myself. Stayed by myself. I didn't take any friends. I wanted to see how it looked like. What was the environment look like? It's a very, very quiet town. You know, there's a lot of partying at night and so forth, but I stayed in one of the, I would say it was like a 3-star hotel. It was just a block away from the water. Very, very quiet place. I would get my morning coffee that was delivered to my door every morning. It was a very nice place. I was able to go to one of the tours because I was only going to be there for 3 days. One of the tours consisted of A and C. A and C, yes. A and C were the most popular ones. It was supposed to have been a 3-day deal, but pretty much, if you really think about it, the 3 days start the moment you leave the airport, Puerto Princesa. You take a 5-hour drive to El Nido. 5-hour drive. By the time you get there, it's nighttime. You don't get to see anything. You check in just to go to sleep and continue on with the tour, which is A and C, the whole day tour. And then, so you can come back home or come back to your hotel room, crash out, go to sleep, just so you could get ready to check out. Those are the 3 days. So it didn't make any sense. But that was what supposedly the 3 days are. And it was nice. I liked it. I still liked it. I had never been to El Nido. I've heard of it on the YouTube videos. I wasn't able to take too much video on it, but I do have a lot of pictures of me by myself. Now, in one of those tours, I liked it because the Filipino people are so nice to you. There was a family there that was part of the tour, and the father came up to me and said, we've noticed that you're here by yourself. You didn't bring a girlfriend or anybody to be with? He said, no, I didn't have anybody. I just came just so I can get to know the place. And it was very nice because the father and her family consisted of 2-3 daughters and a son, and the wife, of course. They said, come eat with us. He said, oh, no, that's not necessary. I'm used to being alone anyways. No, come. For today, you are family with us. So it felt nice that they would come up to a total stranger. They didn't even know me, and they offered me to come and eat with them as a family. So I sat down next to the father, and they offered me a plate of rice, and they offered me something to eat. It was very, very, very nice. I really felt good. Normally, people don't ask strangers to come and eat with them, but yet the Filipino people are very nice people. They did that, and I will never forget that family. Their last name is Villafuerte, but they're from Luzon. They were from Manila. I can't tell you too much about Manila. I wouldn't really want to stay in that town. To my opinion, even though the Filipino people are nice, but the people in Manila are different from the people in Cebu. The first time that I went to the Philippines, I was almost kidnapped. So it was my stupidity for getting into the wrong taxi, and I paid the consequences. But if I were able to go to the Philippines again, I would just arrive to Manila and stay at the airport and get a domestic flight to Cebu. I feel a lot safer in Cebu. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people like Makati and all those areas in the Manila area, but me, I had a bad experience there, so I would usually just try to get a domestic flight and head on to Cebu. I wouldn't want to really spend the night in Manila. But anyways, from El Nido, I went back home, brought some nice pictures. I wish I could post them. Maybe I'd be able to post them on this video. The very next year, which I'm thinking about, I think it was 2009, 2010, 2011. See, most of the time from 2007 to 2014, I spent it with the wife, and we hardly ever went to the Philippines, and maybe twice together. The last time I went by myself already. I was already divorced. No, I was separated. That was in 2015. 2015, I went by myself. 2016, I had already met somebody and went with them. 2017, I was there with the same person, and 2018, I was still there with the same person. But those are other stories that I'm gonna describe in detail later on my next video. But I want to thank you for listening to me, and if you have any comments or anything you want to talk about, give me a like below, and put your comment in, and I'll be able to answer it as quick as I'm able to read it. So you all have a good night. The light went out here. I'm in my truck right now, so it's makes it a little bit harder. Y'all put a like, and if y'all want to subscribe, I'm going to go ahead and continue putting on more videos in the near future. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.